This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Tuesday, April the 7th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with good news for Barbados at the 44th annual CARIFTA Games, which ended in St Kitts and Nevis last night. This country's Mary Fraser won the prestigious Oistins Trophy for the most outstanding athlete at the Games. Fraser was presented with the award for taking gold in 3 events, the 1500, 800 and 3000 meters. Her achievement no doubt contributed to Barbados placing 3rd overall at the Games with 16 medals, 7 gold, 4 silvers and 5 bronze. Jamaica were crowned champions for the 31st time with 85 medals, while the Bahamas came second with 31 medals. Back in Barbados now, the Cayfield campus of the University of the West Indies is reporting a 21% drop in student enrollment for the current academic year as of January. The annual report for 2013-2014 also shows that revenue from tuition and other student fees decreased by $1 million this year. This comes against the backdrop of government's new policy to make all Barbadian students pay tuition fees as of this year. In his account, outgoing campus principal Professor Sir Hilary Beckles noted the significant fall-off in student numbers in the faculties despite concerted efforts by the UWI and the various financial institutions in Barbados to aid those who couldn't afford to pay. Sir Hilary said on-campus enrollment as of January 2015 stood at 6,863, representing a decline of 1,771 students, or about 21% fewer than when compared to the previous year. The principal disclosed that while the Faculty of Social Sciences continues to account for the largest number of students, that's 56% of the total campus population, that faculty has experienced a 23% decrease in enrollment. Humanities and education has been hit by a 30% fall-off. However, Sir Hilary said that while the campus continued to be deeply troubled by its financial situation, especially the negative impact the new tuition policy will have on human resource development of Barbados, particularly lower-income persons, it has taken comfort in government's continued support. He said the Frondel Stewart administration has provided the campus with sufficient funds in time to meet its monthly payroll, as well as some relative easing of the $150 million in outstanding debts owed to the University of the West Indies. The Oistins Fish Festival came to an end last night with Tyrone Shorey winning the dolphin skinning competition for the 11th time. Sheena Williams scaled and boned 12 flying fish, the fastest and the cleanest, to beat off competition that came from as far away as Bridgetown. These were only part of 3 days of celebrations stretched out over the Easter weekend. Other events yesterday included the Greasy Pole contest, a fashion show and entertainment. The Barbados High Court is expected to hear a constitutional motion today that's been filed by former CLICO chairman Leroy Paris against the Attorney General. The matter, which was lodged last week by Paris's 4-member legal team led by Hal Gollop QC, is asking the court to unfreeze their client's assets, which had been frozen through a court order for over 2 months now. The lawyers are asking the court to find that the delay in giving Paris and his company, Brandley Consulting Services, Inc., the opportunity to get back to court to have a hearing of their application to set aside the interim order that froze their assets in the first place is a violation of his rights to a fair hearing within a reasonable time. Paris is also seeking an unspecified amount in damages. Meanwhile, the High Court is also scheduled to hear arguments in a suit brought against the acting Commissioner of Police over his decision to impose restrictions and conditions on licenses for sport shooting. Sport shooter Gareth Patterson, who brought the case, is contending that the acting commissioner breached the law by imposing conditions which the Firearms Act does not authorize him so to do. Therefore, Patterson, who is also an attorney at law, wants the court to declare the actions of the police chief to be null and void. Meanwhile, hearing in a class action suit for similar reasons is pending in the High Court. This one, however, is seeking an injunction to stop the top cop from imposing any future conditions on the licenses of those involved in sport-related shooting, as well as to hold any decision to refuse to renew licenses or revoke them until the substantive matter is determined.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
A test of character, a test of focus, a test of will, a test of resilience, a test of courage. Barbados, the test is on. West Indies, England, May 1st at the Mecca. Tickets $30, $40, $50, and $60. It's on.
Are you Barbados is on?
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region that Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown has gone to London to sign an agreement with National Petroleum Limited to pave the way for his government's acquisition of the West Indies Oil Company. Before flying out, Brown said this deal would mean the second such acquisition of a major asset for the people of Antigua and Barbuda.
We're acquiring in excess of 150 acres of land, which in essence the people of Antigua and Barbuda will practically get for free. In fact, we have engineered this deal in such a way that we will not incur $1 in debt or spend $1, and we will increase the government's shareholding in West Indies Oil Company from 25% to 51%.
In more regional news, the executive director of the St. Lucia Employers Federation, Joseph Alexander, has addressed the issue of employers failing to pay staff on scheduled pay date. Alexander has also responded to comments of the Civil Service Association President Mary Isaac, who has suggested that the employers should take a pay cut to lighten the burden on employees.
The labor code is clear, and you must specify the pay date of any individual, and you must pay the person by that date. Now, if the employer doesn't do it, I can guarantee you it's because he just doesn't have the money at that time. Because you want to, your staff is so important to you. If your staff stop working, your business closes down. So you won't do anything, first to break the law, and second to get your staff demotivated.
An explosion has ripped through a chemical plant in southeastern China's Fujian province, sparking a major fire. The blast occurred yesterday evening at the plant in Zhangzhou.
Authorities say over 400 rescue workers and 80 fire vehicles have been sent to the site of that blast. So far, one person has been reported injured. Eyewitnesses in Zhangzhou say the explosion was so powerful it caused the roofs of neighboring buildings to collapse. Other residents have reported feeling the blast as far as 30 kilometers away. The chemical plant in question is surrounded in controversy. Just last year, it was already hit by an explosion, which did not cause any casualties or leaks. The plant was originally meant to be built in Xiamen, another city in the province, but after residents complained in 2007, the decision was taken to construct that plant in Zhangzhou instead.
And that's our Barbados Today morning news update, but you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 online TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.